So today let us start with Python. So I'll start from very basics and we'll go till advanced, whatever is required for our data engineering. So let me share my screen. So first let us see some basics of Python before getting started. Python is a high-level programming language. High-level programming language. So I'll just give you some brief introduction when it was started, how it was developed, and all of that. So it was developed by Guido van Rossum. This is the person who developed Python. Guido van Rossum in 1989. So this was developed in 1989 but released to public use in 1991. Released to public in 1991. Okay. So this was developed by Guido van Rossum. This is the person who developed Python and in 1989, but it is released to public use in 1991. This name Python is derived from a TV show. So there was a TV show which was broadcasted in BBC long back. So this language was named after that TV show name. Okay, this was the brief history of the Python. So we don't need to go into much details about this historic history. So let us go into the features. Features of Python. So this is a high level programming language. So it is a very user friendly. User friendly means the syntax will be very easy. Anybody will be able to understand by just reading it. It is like a plain simple English. Okay. It is user friendly. User friendly. So it has lots of features which makes it more popular. Let us see that lots of features which makes it more popular. Okay. This is a open source. Open source means if you want to use Python, you no need to pay anything for the license. You can get it for free. You can download it from the browser and you can use it. You no need to pay anything for this. This is open source and it is platform independent, which means that it can be executed, Python can be executed on any platform, maybe OS, any operating system, Windows, Linux, Mac, any operating system, you can operate it without making any changes to the program. Okay, it is platform independent. And portability. Portability means the migration. Sometimes there are some projects which migrates from one environment to another or one database to another. So even in those cases also the migration is easy. Portability is easy. Portability or migration is easy. Okay. And next is Python is a dynamically typed language. Dynamically typed language. So which means that in other languages, either C or Java or C++, whenever you have to define some variables, first we need to declare the data types. So either it has an integer or a string or varchar, whatever it is, we have to define the data types. But here in Python, it is not required to define the data types. Based on the values we assign, the data type is automatically detected. Data type is automatically detected based on assigned values. I'll show you all this with examples. Don't worry if you're not able to understand at this point of time. Okay, it is an interpreter language. There are two types of languages, interpreter and the compiler. So compiler means it will compile all the program. It will read all the program at once and it will let us know what are the errors throughout our code. Let us say we have some 100 lines of code. In the compiler language, it will read all the 100 lines and it will tell you there is an error in line number 10 or line number 20, 30, 40 and so on. Wherever there are errors, it will say that. In case of interpreter, it will read line by line and it will throw the error. Wherever there is an error, it will give the error. It reads line by line. There are 100 lines of program. It reads first 10 lines. If there is an error in the 11th line, it will stop execution there itself. It won't go further. Okay, that is what we call it as interpreter language. So Python, we call it as an interpreter language, but it also acts as a compiler. Okay, that compilation is done internally, but for us, it appears like a interpreter language, line by line execution. Okay, line by line execution. So it is both procedure oriented and object oriented. We'll discuss this later. Procedure oriented and object oriented. So the very basic languages like C, these are procedure oriented, and something like Java, these are object oriented. So it provides features of both procedure oriented and object oriented, making it more flexible. Okay, but we'll see this later because this is a OOPS concept. We'll see that later when we are discussing with OOPS. Okay, these are some of the features of the Python which makes it more popular. Let us see how to install that first. How to install Python. So other than this, we have Python has very rich libraries, which means that whenever you want some functionality, you can just import that library, install that, and use it. So it is very flexible. If you want to write something related to calendar, if you want to develop a calendar with the Python code, you can just import the calendar module and use it. It is as simple as that. Okay. For anything you name anything, it has a library. So let us quickly go to Python website and see how we can install that. So Python is an open source. We don't need any license. So you can just go to the browser and install it. So the website is python.org. Okay. So when you go to python.org, this page opens up. Here, go to downloads. See here, it will show the compatible version for your system. Here, mine is Windows. So it is showing Windows version for me. The latest version is Python 3.13.4. So you can click on this, it will install. See, it is downloaded. First, the package is downloaded. So just double click on this. See here, for me, Python is already installed. So it is saying upgrade to Python 3.13.4 because mine was a different version. Let us see what version I have. So in order to check the version, you have to go to command prompt. So here just type Python. See here, I have 3.13.2. This is 3.13.4. So there was a change in the version. So I can upgrade that. Let us see. Okay, upgrade now. So it is getting installed. So for you, you might not get that upgrade option. Just do install now. So meanwhile, it installs. Let me tell you one thing. So currently, we are using Python 3 version, 3 and above. Python 3 and above is currently used in any projects, even in the real time also. Everybody is using Python 3 and above. Before Python 3, there was Python 2. So both are the same. This is the upgraded version. This was the old version. So there will be some syntax errors. There will be some difference in the syntax between Python 2 and Python 3. So there is no guarantee that Python 2 programs will run in Python 3. Okay, backward compatibility is not possible. Backward compatibility is not supported, which means that Python 2 programs might not run in the Python 3. Okay, don't worry, now everybody is already using Python 3, so it won't be a problem. Python 2 is already deprecated long back. Let it install. So everybody please install this for your practice. I'll show you different ways to execute a Python program. Even without installing also, we can practice it. I'll show you just a moment. It is taking a lot of time. Anyways, I have it installed on my system. Let me show you. Once you install this, you will get an IDLE environment. Let me show you. So once you type Python, it has entered into the Python shell. Now I will exit that. Okay, that installation is complete. See, it is the version is updated. That 3.13.4. This is updated with the today's date. Okay, so Python is updated. Now let us see how we can write programs inside that. See, this is done. Disable path changes your. Okay, no, I don't want to do anything. Just close this. For you, there will be a checkbox to add Python to the path. Please enable that. I'll repeat. There will be some checkbox to add Python to path. Please enable that and then install it. Okay. So now Python is installed for me. We have seen that it is the 3.13.4. The latest version is available. So after this installation, you will be able to see IDLE, which is the environment to execute Python program. See here, this is the IDLE environment. 3.13. This is the one, or the latest one. Let me open that. So this is how the IDLE environment looks like. IDLE stands for Integrated Development Environment. IDLE. This is a very basic. Nowadays everybody is using Visual Studio or PyCharm or anything. We can write it in Notepad also. Any code editor you can write it. It is very flexible to write. We can write in Notepad, WordPad, anywhere you can write it and save it as a .py file. So that will be treated as a Python file, and then you can execute it from anywhere. First, I'll show you here. Okay, this is a IDLE environment. Here, this is interactive shell, which means that as soon as you give the input, output will be generated. Let us see. I will give the value of a as 10. Immediately, if I ask what is a, it gives 10. So here we cannot be able to write the complete program. If you want to write complete program, you have to open a new file, save that file, and then execute it. Let us open that. Open. Sorry, not open. Create a new file. New file. Here, just write the very simple program, hello world. So in order to write the program hello world in other languages, you need to declare something. I mean, hash include std.ioh, something like that. You have to define either in C or the Java. But in Python, we don't need to do all of that. You just have to write whatever is needed. Just write print hello world. Okay, now save this file. Let me save it. Uh, hello world. dot py. See here, the type dot Python files, it is automatically given. So I'll save it as dot py file, save it. So there is a button here, run button. Just click on that, run module. See here, hello world is printed. So Python programming is very simple. So hello world program is executed. The same thing we can execute it in multiple ways. See here, now the file is available in C users, this number one drive desktop and hello world. So we can run it either from the ideally environment from here, or you can run in the command prompt as well. Let me show you the command prompt. CMD. So first we have to go to the path where our file is existing. So our file is existing on desktop, the hello world. Copy this path. Copy the path and navigate to that path. You may or may not be familiar with Linux, but let me tell you, in order to change the directory here, now we are in C users 91970 path. Now I want to go into desktop. So here, let me paste that path, whatever I have copied. Okay, without this program name. Okay, now we are in desktop. Uh, we have to execute the Python file. So for that, we have to write the word Python space the file name hello world.py. See here, the same output we have got. You can execute it either through ideally environment or through the command prompt, or there are multiple ways. Let me open Visual Studio. Here also you can write. Let me open the file here. This is the Visual Studio, which is a coding environment. So desktop, hello world, let us open this. It is open. Somewhere we'll have this run button. Okay, run. So we have to install something here, the Python related modules. Okay, let us run this. 1 second. See here, hello world is printed. So you can run it in anywhere. This is a Visual Studio. This is ideally, some people will use PyCharm, some people will use notebooks. It is up to them. It is their comfort, and wherever they want, they can execute it. Or else, if you don't want all of this, you can simply write in a notepad, save it as .py file, and execute from the command prompt. Or even more simpler, you don't want to install anything. You just want to run the Python code. You can go to this browser, search for online Python compiler. You will get this one. Program is, the website is program is. Just click on this link. Uh, the window will open. Here you can write your Python program. Let me write print hello world. See here, this is printed. But when you want to import the modules, I mean, when you want to read some files from which is available in your system, that time this is not possible to execute from the online compiler, because the files are available in your local. You won't be able to upload it to the online platform. That's why the programs will not run here or some cases. So most of the things you can practice it from here as well. You can install it or practice from online, or whatever is convenient to you, you can do that. Okay, coming back. So here I told that Python is a dynamically typed language, which means that we no need to declare the variables. Declare means declare the type of the variables. Okay, let us say a equal to, I will give the word Python. So I'll just ask to print a. So I just want to print the word a. What is available in a? The Python. It is a. So let us run this. It is Python. Let us also check the type of that. In order to check the data type of any variable, there is a keyword called type. Type of A. Again, save this and run it. Okay, it is string. So for our practice purpose or for our course, I'll be using the IDLE environment. Okay. So throughout our course, I'll be using this IDLE because it is more flexible. You can run it from here. Anywhere it is flexible. Visual Studio is also flexible, but we can continue it here. Because the type of A is string. Now I'll I will declare B equal to 100. I will print B and print type of B. So save this and run it. See here, the type of B is integer. Nowhere I have specified a B is of type integer, but still it has automatically detected it as integer based on the inputs we have given. So now for C, I will give some decimals. Print C and type of C. So you can stop me if you are not able to follow. See here, C is of type float. I did not declare it as float, but still it is able to understand it as a float based on the given input. Okay. So this is what we call it as dynamically typed language. So in order to add any comments, you have to use the symbol hash. Dynamically typed language. So save it and run it. It will not be treated as a part of the program. Instead, it will be treated as comments. Okay. So this is just for the user readability. Whoever is looking at this program, they'll be able to understand what it is doing. So we can write some comments over here and then execute it. Okay. This is what we call the dynamically typed language. Without explicitly specifying what the data type is, based on the given values, it will understand. Okay. Now we'll see the interpreter and the compiler part. So till here there is no syntax errors. Let me add some lines with the errors. I'll just want to print hello. This is a Python 2 version. Okay. But now we are using Python 3, but this syntax print hello, print space hello. This is a Python 2 version. Now let us try to run this. See here, missing parenthesis in call to print. Did you mean print off? Everywhere we are writing in brackets. Whatever you want to print, we have to write it in the brackets. It is giving the syntax error here. So let us say here, I'll write word. This is also a syntax error. Okay. So other than this, I'll write some lines of code here again. D equal to language. So you can write the string either in single quotes or double quotes. Both has the same meaning. In Python, you can use both single and double quotes. It has the same meaning. There is some special meaning in some cases. I will tell you when the situation comes. Okay, D is language. I want to print D and also the type of D. So instead of writing print in multiple lines, I am printing the D and its type in the same line using a comma separation. Okay, there is a syntax error here, but still there is some valid code after that. Let us see what happens. Here there is a syntax error here. The execution stopped here itself. It is not going into the other part. How you are saying that it is not going into the next part? Let us make some errors wantedly here. Let us write some. I'll just write name. There is no meaning to this. I'm just writing some variable name. I'm not assigning anything to this. Just save this and run it. See here, again it is showing error here, not here. the name, this is also an error because this name, it has no meaning without assigning any values. Okay, so first let us fix this and see if that was really an error or not. See here, now the name error, name is not defined because it did not know what name is. Okay, after this I'll make some more errors. Name, I'll write age. Name and age, it doesn't know what both of them are. Again run this. So here only name is not defined. All of that previous code is executed and the output is generated. Name is not defined, but it is not saying anything about the age. Let us write here print name. So print name, there is no mistake here. Whatever is given in a name, that should be printed. So let us see this here, but it is still stuck at this first error message. So this is what we call the interpreter language. Okay, let me write it here. Interpreter language. Interpreter language, which means that throughout the program, it reads line by line. This interpreter language, it will read line by line, and wherever there is an error, it will stop execution there itself. So even though there is some valid code after that and there are some errors after that, it will not bother about that. It will just look at wherever the first error is. So, but in case of compilation language, if there is an error in this line, it will show that error. Other than that, if there is some good code in between, it will not do anything. But throughout the program, wherever there are errors, in this line there is an error, in this line there is an error. It will give both the errors here in case of compiler. In case of interpreter, only the first error it will stop. With the first error, it will stop the execution. So there is some valid code after that or there are errors after that, it will not take care of that. So Python, I call it mostly an interpreter language, but internally it compiles everything. Okay, and stops at the first occurrence of the error. That is how we have to understand Python. It acts as both the compiler and interpreter. Compilation will be done internally, but interpreter, it will, like an interpreter language, it will stop wherever there is an error in the first occurrence. Okay, so that is about the interpreter language. What other things do we need to know here? Okay, slowly we'll move into the concepts. So any doubts still here? Okay, we'll slowly move into the concept. Okay, till now we have defined variables. We have printed some statements, some strings, and we have defined the variables. A equal to Python. A is a variable, B is a variable, C and D. These are all variables to which we have assigned some values. There are some rules to define these variables. Let us write it here. Rules to define variables. Okay. So the only allowed characters as variable name. As variable name are alphabets. You can use any alphabets as a variable names, either uppercase or lowercase, or numbers. You can use both alphabets or numbers as the variable names. Not only the numbers. If you write 1 equal to something, there is no meaning to that. In combination with alphabets, we can use the numbers, not only the numbers. Okay? It should not have any special characters. Should not contain any special characters except underscore. Okay, it should not contain any special characters except underscore. So let me write it in comments. Okay, let us see with some examples first. There are more rules. I'll slowly uh, go through them. So first, let us see. So the alphabets or numbers. It contains alphabets or the numbers. Let us write this word name equal to. I'll give my name. Okay, name equal to Prabha. So let us run this. So I don't want to run all the previous code. I want to comment it. So in order to comment a single line, we can use this hash. In order to use multi-line comments, in order to comment multiple lines, I have to use triple quotes, either single or double triple quotes. Anything is fine. So I want to comment it till here so that all these lines of code will not execute. It will be treated as a comments. Okay. Now the name is coming back to the variables. The name is Prabha. So this is the variable name and this is the value assigned to that. So this is good. We can print this print name. Okay. Now name one also you can write it. Name one equal to the same value I'll provide with one. Okay. Print name one. So name and name one both are printed. Name one I have given Prabha one. This is good. Now I want to write it as one name. Let us see if that is possible or not. Print one name. See here, invalid decimal literal. So it means that the variable name should not start with numbers. Okay. The variable names, let me write it here. Variable names should not start with numbers. It should always start with alphabets, either uppercase or lowercase. Okay, this is not valid. Then let us write invalid and comment this. So hash is for single line comments and triple quotes are for multi-line comments. Okay. So these variable names are case sensitive, which means that here I have written the name in the lower case. If you try to print it something in the uppercase name, then it says name is not defined. See here, name is not defined because this is a case sensitive. So if you write something in the same name equal to Python, okay, then it will print the name. See, now the word Python is printed. So now if you write something in the smaller case, some letters in the uppercase, it doesn't work because Python is case sensitive. See here again name is not defined. So it is case sensitive. I'll write it here. Variables are case sensitive. Sensitive. So if you write in the lowercase, you should definitely use it in the same case. If you write in uppercase, you should have to definitely use that in the same way. Okay. So I told underscores are allowed. Let me write it as programming language equal to Python. So just print that. Print programming language. Okay, this is printed Python. Underscore is supported. Now let us try to use any other symbols. For programming, anything you can specify anything. And write Java. This is a special character. Let us print this now. Even before printing itself, it will give error once we run it. So let us run this. See here, cannot assign to expression here. Maybe you meant double equal to instead of equal to. So at the rate, it has some special meanings for the special character. That's why it is not allowed. Let us write dollar. So this is also not allowed. Invalid syntax. So let us write star. This also gives invalid syntax. See here. So error message is saying error message is different each time when we are changing the symbols here. But the core meaning is that we cannot use special characters in the variable names. Here we have already written should not contain any special characters except underscore. Okay. So this is invalid again. Invalid. So it can start with underscores. Underscore. Let us say language equal to Python print underscore language. So this underscore also has a special meaning. We'll see that later, which means that it is a protected variable. Underscore stands for protected variable. Generally, we don't use this for the variable names unless there is some special use case to treat that as a variables. Sorry, treat that as a protected variable in the OOPS concepts. Generally, we don't use this to define the variables unless it is a protected variable. Underscore has a special meaning at the beginning. So underscores in between is used very frequently. All the time we use it, but underscore at the beginning, it has a different meaning. Though it is allowed, it has a different meaning. That's why we'll not generally use it unless we are explicitly specified to use it. Okay. And also there were some keywords that cannot be used as variable names. Keywords should not be used as variable names. So keywords, there were so many keywords in the Python. So all of them cannot be used as a key variable names. Let me uh, use some variable names. So print is also one of the keywords. So let us write print equal to. Let's just write the word print again. So some words will work, some words will not work. That will lead to confusion. So better to avoid keywords. Let us do that. Print of print, it will give error now. See here, string object is not callable. Print of print, because this functionality is different. Here, whatever I'm calling, that is different. So it will lead to confusion, not knowing it. Either it is a default function or the variable we have defined. So it leads to errors. So we should not use keywords as the variable names. There are lots of keywords like if, for, def, class. Lots of them are there. Else. So like this, there are so many keywords which cannot be used as variable names. You will get to understand slowly what those keywords are. So based on the concepts, we'll learn what keywords are there. So that will not be used as a variable names. Okay. So these are the rules to define variables. So let me tell you some keywords here. True, false. In the true, it should be capital letter. False also. The first letter should be capital. True, false. Why? Try, accept. There are a lot. Yield, return. There are a lot of words we will get to understand slowly while learning the concepts. So we will not be able to get all at once. Okay. So these are the rules about the variables, declaring the variables. Now I want to comment all of this. So I don't want to run all this program now. I want to move into a new concept. So let us see the data types in Python. Data types in Python. So the basic data types are int, integer, float, boolean. Boolean means either true or false, or string. There is something called bytes array. All of that is not required for us. Those are the basic types in any language. Let me write it. Bytes, byte array. This is something related to the binary language, zeros and ones. So we don't want to go into that. So other than this, integer, float, boolean, string. These are very important. We already know what those are. Integer is just the numbers. Float means the decimal numbers. Boolean means either true or false. String is whatever we enclose in single quotes or double quotes that will be treated as a string in the Python language. Bytes and bytes array, those are binary language, zeros and ones. We no need to go into this. That is not required for us. So other than this, we have very important concepts like list, tuple, dictionary, and set. Okay. So let us comment these two. These are not very important for us. So the other important data types are list, tuples, dictionary, and set. This itself will take one class for each of them, 1 hour for each of them. Okay. Because integer, float, boolean, string, we already know. There is nothing much to discuss. String also, there is a lot to discuss. So strings, list, tuple, dictionary, set. These are the important data types in the Python language. Okay. Um, Yeah, these are the important data types which is required or which are the fundamentals for the Python. So we'll go through all of them. So other than that, let me show you something. If you want to add two numbers in the other languages, you have to declare those two numbers, the data types, the values for that, all of that you have to declare, and then you have to do some mathematical operations. So here, if you want to add two numbers, just write it in a plain English. A is 190, B is some 123. So let us, if I want to add these two numbers, just write print A plus B. Okay. Uh, this should be commented. Okay. A plus B is 313. 190 plus 123 is 313. So it is very simple to do any arithmetic operation, not only addition, multiplication, division, anything you can do it with the two numbers. Okay. You can do it with three numbers as well, the same process. A plus B plus C. So whatever you want to do, that is very simple. You can just write it in the simple terminology, the variables you want, and then whatever operation you want to do, you can directly do it. Okay. So there were some operators that also you already know, like arithmetic operators first. I'm just telling you the basics. Tomorrow we'll deep dive into the concepts. Arithmetic operators, logical operators. So arithmetic operators are nothing but plus, minus. So minus, division, modulus, uh, multiplication. All of these are arithmetic operators. So the logical operators are and, or. Okay. You might know this and or these are the logical gates we might have studied in our 10th or the 12th standards. And means if both the conditions are true, then only it is true. Or means if at least one of the condition is true, then it is true. Those are the logical operators. Now the comparison operators. Comparison operators. These are to compare greater than or equal to, less than, less than or equal to. These are the comparison operators or double equal to, which means it is exactly equal or not. Double equal to. These are the comparison operators. Now the assignment operators. Assignment operator. This is just equal to. Because if you want to assign some value to a variable, I can just use the symbol equal to. Okay. So these are the different types of operators. So this arithmetic operations, you can just keep the symbols between the variables. And or this I'll show you when working with some logical conditions like if else. Assignment operator we have already seen. We have assigned a lot of things by now. So language equal to Python, name equal to something, a equal to something, b equal to something. All this comes under assignment operator. Let us see this comparison operators. Print. So here we have the values a, b, c. So I want to compare these things. So a greater than b. It prints either true or false. Let us save this and run it. So this is a normal strings. Let us comment this comparison assignment. Okay, a greater than b. A value is 190, b is 123. So a greater than b, it is true. Similarly, b greater than c, I want to check. Okay, b is 123, c is 234. So it is false. So if you want to check if a is exactly equal to or b, then you have to write it like this. Okay, so a is exactly equal to b, that is false because 190 not equal to 123. Okay, so this greater than less than you should use it like this and double equal to have to be used like this. And then let me show you some simple example. A equal to 0.1, b equal to 0.1 and c equal to 0.2. Let us assume this. These are the values. So s equal to a plus b. Print yes. So here there is some complexity, not complexity, you have to understand something. That's why I'm taking this example. So let me comment all of the code above. So now run this. The sum is 0.2. This 0.2 is nothing but C. So let us check if this C is exactly equal to yes or not. C double equal to yes. Though, so the expected output is true. We are expecting that it is true. So the value of S is 0.2 and the value of C is also 0.2. Now let us try to execute this. See here, it is true. Um, 1 second, let me tell you. Print C double equal to 0.2. So it is true. Now there is something called precision. Let me recollect that. Okay, I'll tell you that later. There is some precision issue with these kind of things. I'll tell you that later. Here we are getting true. Ideally, it should be false because this 0.1 and 0.1, there would be some precision. There would be some precisions which makes it not equal. Okay, so I'll tell that tomorrow, that precision thing. Okay, with this I'll stop it here. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll stop recording.